Guys, this is Tashina Gonzalez, and I wanted to come on here and just share with you guys the amazing opportunity that we have now that we have additional NFR or not for resale markets in Africa. And I hope that you guys are ready and creating your strategy and plan so that we can blow up these markets. So I actually have been trying to get with corporate for over a month to get the details. And so it's very interesting because it's probably good that it took me this long. So we had a conference call with Sandale today. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure that you are friends with and following. Oh no, it's going out. I may have to. Okay, I'm good on Instagram, and so I may have to post this later to Facebook because it is trying to reconnect. I'm gonna give it a couple seconds, and if it doesn't, then I'm just gonna post my video from Instagram. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna continue. So if you're not yet friends with them, you want to make sure that you're friends with Peter Foss, who is the continent manager of YL Africa. You're going to want to make sure that you are friends with Kimball. I can't remember his last name because he is going to, he is the country manager of South Africa. And then we had a conference call today with Sandale, and he is the assistant country manager for South Africa. But here's what is happening right now. So South Africa is going to be the hub for all of Africa. So they started out with Nigeria. You guys probably saw like 6 months ago, there was everyone went to the Nigeria to test it out, and they probably had a couple members there. And so Nigeria was one of the first NFR markets there. Lots of success, lots of people interested. And then they went to South Africa, and that was an NFR market. And South Africa has exploded. So there are over 1,000 members there in the few months. And there's already 3 silvers there. And because of the infrastructure and the technology and everything that's there, that will be the hub of Africa. So just like here in the United States, for a long time, we just had, hey Dana, we just had one warehouse and shipping in Utah, and that went to all of the United States. That's what South Africa is going to be for all of Africa. So then they announced, right, that we have the new NFRs. So now what would happen before is that you are just trying to ship something there. You would have to find your own importer and customs and documentation, and it was very expensive and very time consuming to do. Now, when it's NFR, when it's not for resale, that means that you are still getting product from the United States. You are still importing it. It's still expensive. However, Young Living takes care of all that for you. So they go into the system. Hopefully you guys have seen the Sway presentation. If not, make sure you look at that. So they go into the system. They start out with the United States, but then there's a drop down box where they pick their NFR market. And so you are purchasing and getting materials from the United States. And then Young Living has all the paperwork done for you to do the importing and the shipping. You go through FedEx or DHL. Those are the only options. So again, it's still expensive, meaning it can be somewhere between $50 to $100. If you guys read all of the details on the little sheets about NFRs, that's why it's suggested if individuals want to do 3 months at a time, they can do that because it's so expensive to get it in there. So from there, again, now we just had announced that we had all these other NFR markets. So those NFR markets, once again, that just are now available is Botswana, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Ghana, Kenya, Lesotho, Mozambique, Namibia, Swaziland, Tanzania, and Uganda. So I asked the question, how do we come up with this list? Do we already have members in all of these? What have we been doing? And so in some of these countries, we do have members, some of them they don't. Those countries were chosen because traditionally they are the ones that understand and have already been using and have the knowledge about multi-level marketing companies. So and this is just like so awesome from Young Living, like the way that we are just making sure that we put our teams together so that we can just have exponential growth and be successful. Peter Foss has been with Young Living for a long time. He understands the Young Living culture, the Young Living family, what we want to do. And then Kembo, that they brought on board, has been in the multi-level marketing industry for over 17 years. So he knows the business side. And then Sandale, he was actually involved in some of the just Young Living Foundation, and he was following Jared Turner. He was invited to become a part of the team. So we've got people who know the business, we got people that know Young Living, and we have people that know the country and the people that are working together to make us successful. That is just like super awesome. Besides the fact that they did a conference call with us on a Saturday because I said there's no way I could do it next week. I've been asking for this for over 30 days. I need my questions answered and I need this information. So right now we have South Africa that is actually an enhanced NFR is what it is right now. So they're in the pre-launch phase. So before you go from like NFR to open, you have your pre-launch phase, you do like a country tour. And so that's what's in the works and that's what's being planned. So if you have people in South Africa that are already part of the Young Living family, make sure you're following them. You're knowing when this is going on. If you don't yet have your people as part of the Young Living family, now's the time to try to get them as part of that. And that's part of what Sandale is going to do. He is the education portion because, again, he knows the people. And his goal from here until the launch at the end of October is to go all over South Africa and educate. And from there, we're going to move forward. So like for me, my team in Kenya, my goal right now is to get them stable and to help. Oh, he said he got his kit over 4 years ago, but Jared never explained how to use it. So remember to follow up with your people. That's funny. So my focus for my people right now is to stabilize them and make sure that they're having monthly classes and they get to weekly classes and they're building up their numbers. And if there is any way that they can save up and send one person from their team to the launch at South Africa, that would be awesome. That's the focus. That's what's going to happen. Again, they're going to be doing a whole tour of South Africa, educating. They're going to eventually have an office, an experience center. That is going to be the entire hub. And then after October is when we're going to be able to start incorporating and educating these other NFR markets. So you get your people stabilized. If you're like, I want Ghana to be next. If I want Uganda to be next. I want Nigeria to be next. I want Kenya to be next. Get your people stabilized. Get them plugged into the South Africa stuff. Get them having their classes today so that when they set the schedule in January, like you can say, I've got people that have been having classes on a weekly basis and they have 50 people showing up for the past 3 months, for the past 4 months, for the past 6 months. That is what your goal is for these countries. So it's just super exciting. It is a great opportunity. It's still going to be a little bit difficult because, again, the NFR is still importing. But we don't have to worry about the paperwork. It's already done through DHL and through FedEx, but it's a little bit expensive. So we have to save up, but it's worth it. The value is worth it. When we start breaking just a star in these countries, it's going to be such a tremendous help to their families. When we get our first silvers in this country, they're going to be rock stars. They're going to be like the diamonds because we only have 3 silvers possibly right now in the whole continent. So this is just an amazing opportunity. I'm super excited. I'm super plugged in. I'm super engaged. I'm ready to rock this out because I could have did this with some of the Spanish. And if you guys saw that when I did my live and interview and we talked about my story, I avoided sharing in Spanish, and Costa Rica is becoming an open market, and I could have been a part of that if I wouldn't have held myself back. So this time I am going all out, guys. This time I am going to be in the middle of it. I'm going to do the hard things. I am going to help my team, whatever they need, whatever obstacle there is, I am there to remove it so that they can be successful and they can fly. That is my goal. So I just want to come on here because I'm going to share this with my Kenya team. I wanted to make sure, I know a lot of you guys are excited about that. So be ready. Like, it's going to be, there's some stuff that's not in place yet. And so we have to be ready to walk through an open door that doesn't even exist yet. But we can do this. It's an opportunity. It's a way for us to be problem solvers. It's a way for us to shine and to soar. And the same rules are going to apply when we talk about how we want to see more diversity, when we want to see more stuff out there. We have got to show up, speak up, and rank up. That is what the plan is going to be. And so teach your people today to show up. If they're not doing classes on a regular basis, get a system in place so they can start having monthly classes. And by the end of the year, they're having weekly classes. And so January, when they're looking for people to raise their hand and say, hey, we've got South Africa educated, where should we go next? You can be like, come to Kenya because we already have weekly classes and we need you to educate us. Come to Uganda because we already have weekly classes and we need you to educate us. So that's what I want to share with you guys. If you have any additional questions, again, we had a conference call with South Africa today to get all these details for you. Dana, Anthony, or myself can continue to answer your questions, so keep dropping them in here and we'll try to get them answered for you, all right? Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.